Hello, everyone. Today we are back talking about annoying influencers and bad reviews. This is episode number 7 of season 2. So I guess, Jenny, do you want to start with any influencers that annoy you on YouTube? By influencers, we mean basically people that have their own channel on YouTube or any other social channel, and it's just a bit annoying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, call us influencers.
Yeah.
Nah, we're absolutely fucking not influencers. I just hate that term, influencers. Like, when did people start calling themselves influencers? It just makes me want to gag a little bit. It's like,
Yeah, it's definitely a new phrase, isn't it? Why are they not just celebrities?
yeah.
I mean,
Well, they're not big enough to be celebrities, isn't it?
yeah, but you just call them Z-listers.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, true. Like, influencers, it's just like, in my head, it's like anyone that's basically on Instagram or basically all the social channels, right? And they influence people, but essentially they get sort of like partnership deals, brand partnership deals, right? So it's not really going to influence me. But yeah, all the influencers in general annoy me. But if we're talking about specific sort of like YouTubers, there's like lately there's this weird sort of craze, or maybe not even lately. The Prime drink.
Oh, right, yeah.
What the fuck? How did that come about? It's like that dickhead Logan Paul, and there's
And
another
KSI.
guy. Yeah,
KSI.
who is he? Is he a rapper? What is he?
KSI does everything now. He's a singer, he's a boxer. But back in the day, he started out on YouTube doing like FIFA videos.
Okay, okay.
So he'd open like I don't guess you don't understand FIFA at all, but like basically on
I know it's
FIFA.
football, a football game.
Yeah. But you can open like you get like football stickers.
Okay, yeah,
So
like sort of
on
Pokemon.
so on FIFA you can get packs of
Okay,
footballers, and you open
okay,
packs to get
right,
footballers to make your team better. So that's
right.
basically what he used to do. He used to stream himself doing that, and he'd just be like, just do loads of stupid shit, like make funny noises and like smash his screen up and all this bollocks.
Right.
But he was like one of the first people to do it
Okay.
back in the day. Um,
Trendsetter.
yeah, so he kind of just blew up from that. And he's
Okay.
just branched out into all these different avenues. A bit similar to Logan Paul, really. Kind of did the just right place, right time, and then they kind of merged. Just like one sort of super influencer to bring out this drink, Prime.
So they actually created the drink.
Yeah, I imagine someone from a
Yeah.
company probably approached them saying, "Guys,
Yeah.
like this is the drink." But yeah, it's their joint effort, and it's always it just sells out everywhere. When it first came out, it was like very limited stock, and people would
Yeah.
like plow into a Sainsbury's
Yeah.
where they've
Or
got
a
like
little.
yeah, and there was you seen a bloke. There's people proper rinse it. There's a guy, I don't know if you're on TikTok. There's a guy who works in a corner shop in Wakefield,
Right.
Wakey Wines.
Okay.
You might have seen it. He
No.
basically Wakey Wines, and he's the only bloke who had Prime for ages, and he
Right.
charged like sometimes 100 quid for a bottle, and you get these weirdos who come down to this sweet shop all the way from bloody London, and he
Yeah.
goes, "What's the best shop in Wakey?" And you go, "Wakey Wines." And Abdul, come closer. Abdul, go back. You have to watch it. It's so shit. His mate Abdul
He's
filmed
northern,
it.
right? Or from
Yeah,
Yorkshire
proper
or
northern.
something.
Yeah, Wakefield. Yeah, proper northern town.
Yeah.
Um, but people would travel for miles just to get a bottle of Prime. It's like, what the fuck?
It's
I'm,
it's just an energy drink.
it's just a drink, and it's probably like I've
That
never had
tastes
one,
shit,
but
probably.
yeah, it's just like you could probably buy a Ribena. That'd be nicer.
Yeah. I don't get the hype of it. And when the news broke out, like people were like fighting, queuing up, like breaking up fights and stuff to get this shitty drink. I was like, who the fuck are these idiots? And then I Googled it. Logan Paul, he was the dickhead that years ago he filmed someone, do you know in Japan?
Yeah, there's
It was
two
him,
boxers.
right?
Yeah, it's him.
Like all of a sudden he's a boxer now, and like, everyone's like, oh, Logan Paul, and hyping him up. Like, what the hell? This guy he shouldn't be like doing
Yeah.
this.
Problem is with these, like they all go through like cancel phases. So he
Yeah.
had his phase years ago, and ever since that, he's kind of built himself back up. And now he's like on the roster of WWE, like he's a proper wrestler on there. He's got his drink stuff going on. KSI had one recently with what did he say? He has the side, Sidemen.
No.
So it's like a group of them. So him and his
Okay.
mates have got a channel called Sidemen,
Right.
and
Right.
they basically like they're borderline. Some of the shit they come out with is just like it's basically aimed at kids, right? But kids
Right.
just don't get offended by anything. They just find it funny. And
Right.
if you watch it, you'll be like, fucking hell, it's a bit like
Okay.
they make jokes out of like cancer patients, but it's like all tongue in cheek. But it's almost like you've got to go in expecting them to make these sort of jokes.
Right.
And they'll like have guests on their show. They basically do like so for example, one of their shows is like Tinder,
Mm.
but real life Tinder. So they'll put a big board up, and then
Right.
uh, the thing will disappear, and then a girl will appear, and they have to basically like do one-liners to this girl. But these
Right.
girls are literally like porn stars, fucking glamour models, all this shit. So it's just really like grotesque sort of adult humor. But
Yeah.
then the people watching it are like 12, 13-year-old boys essentially. And but then recently he's basically made a joke. He said like the P word referring to like Asian people. And then he got basically got cancelled for like he said, "Oh, I'm taking a break from socials for a bit, blah blah blah." And what he did, he went to mosques to like understand what it meant more. But he didn't film any of it because he knew people would film him. Because if he filmed it, it looked like a bit insincere.
Yeah.
But because he knew other people would film it and get posted, oh look, KSI is trying to reform, he's trying to do this, he's trying to do that.
Oh,
So he's got away with it. So he's back in the big time.
wow,
Um,
man. It's dangerous. Like these so-called influencers,
yeah.
like, and like you mentioned, like TikTokers, like kids watching this sort of shit. They probably think it's really cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, and there's no filter really. Um,
No.
I don't know if you saw that. You know that TikTok CEO guy who had to do the whole Congress thing. They're saying, oh, like our platform isn't meant for people under the age of 16, whatever it is. But like,
Yeah.
I can't stop someone downloading it and putting in the wrong age.
The wrong age.
It's just unless you actually ask for their ID or passport, which you're not going to
Yeah.
do, especially when it considered like, oh, you're Chinese
Data.
government. Yeah,
Yeah.
not going to fire over your passport to. So
Yeah.
even though it's not the Chinese government, but people aren't going to give that level of trust to someone. You wouldn't give that level of trust to Facebook. I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Exactly.
So I mean, you have to do it for gambling stuff now. You got to give your ID, which is fine. I
Really.
get that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You can't just sign up to an app. You got to give some sort of ID now.
That makes
Um,
sense.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. But that's what they wanted to introduce, isn't it, for things like social media? You got to have some
Yeah.
sort of to stop sort of all these bots and all these sort of
Yeah.
scammers. Um, but yeah, back to the influencer stuff. It's just crazy. Like even recently, the Jake Paul is Logan Paul's brother. He had that
Mm.
massive boxing match with Tommy Fury.
Oh, it's
It,
him. Oh, okay.
yeah, Tyson Fury's brother.
Yeah.
And like, I watched it. I thought it was like, the hype around it was ridiculous. It's like
Mm.
you get these actual proper boxing matches, then you have this.
Yeah.
It isn't really. It's more of an influencer thing. Because he was
Yeah.
on Love Island as well.
Yeah. 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 He won it,
Um,
didn't he? As in not Love Island. As in he won the match, the boxing match.
yeah, yeah, just about though. And he's like an
Oh.
actual. Well, he's like semi-pro pretty much.
Okay.
But he's been boxing his whole life, so he should be better than Jake
Yeah.
Paul. But the sheer magnitude. Apparently, Jake Paul made like $10 million or some shit like that. I'm like, you're fucking what? It's
That's
ridiculous.
mad.
Yeah.
And there's
Um,
another, the most recent one, the TikToker, that dickhead 18-year-old.
oh, Mizzy, or whatever it is that his name?
What the heck, man?
He's forced that bloke's house, didn't he?
Like,
I,
yeah,
that guy was way too nice about that. I would have, I would just flipped my shit. Get
I
the
would
fuck.
have.
That looked like a nice house though, wherever it was. Uh,
I mean, also, it's like, how did he get away with it when he got arrested?
well, we got charged in the end, didn't he, for breaking his terms of his whatever you call it.
Yeah, probation or whatever it is.
Yeah, 'cause he started filming more content, didn't he? And he wasn't supposed to. But he like a right knob. You see him on Piers Morgan?
Yeah,
Oh my god! I don't know why he gave him the airtime to start with.
I don't know why either.
It's only
Yeah,
going to boost his following amongst these
yeah.
kids who probably do the same thing now. But you
And then
see the
Piers
bit,
Morgan just wanted to rip into him.
yeah, he only gave him 10 minutes, didn't he? If that, and
Mm.
he was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck it, I'm ending the
yeah.
interview."
He's like, get out, get out.
It's just the way he was chatting. You could tell he's not. This is the problem with these influencers becoming like in the public eye. Once they
Mm.
get in the public eye, they just ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember back in the day that Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
He used to go
Oh,
around like filming himself with people,
oh
and
God,
then
yeah.
and then like a couple instances come out of him like throwing pizza at someone. and then like
Mm.
another one of him being racist to someone, and that was it.
Right.
He had
That's it.
like
Done.
over 1 million people following him on Facebook, a few brand deals, and bang. I've seen it's made a little comeback lately,
Right.
um, but it's not like it was. He was
No.
everywhere. Um, so the problem with these influencers, they just don't know how to handle it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. We live in a really bizarre world right now, and it's a bit worrying because our kids are growing up in it.
Yeah, and it's almost like there's no control of what they can see and when. Like if you got a phone, that's it. You're gonna see it
Yeah, yeah.
realistically.
Which is why
Uh,
Mila's not gonna have a phone till she's much older, much older.
she'll find a way. She'll get it on the iPad or something like that. It's
Yeah,
even YouTube. You got YouTube Shorts now. It's
yeah.
basically a rip off of TikTok and Reels. Um,
But aren't they getting rid of it?
I don't know. Are they? I don't
I
really
think
watch
so.
it,
I
but
think I've read somewhere that they're getting rid of it on YouTube. But I mean, not that you know, I'm on YouTube much. Besides, obviously, uploading our channel stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that if we like move aside to sort of like get rid of the whole influence and stuff, there's sort of like a slightly lighter topic on like annoying YouTubers. Like when we're
Mm,
talking about because we've got kids, we watch a lot of YouTube, or our kids watch a lot of YouTube. Therefore, we watch it as well. So
mm.
I know we're talking about ones that we hate. I love Mr. Tumble. You
Mr. Tumble.
don't.
I just think he looks like a bit of a weirdo. To be fair.
We saw him live.
Oh yeah. I don't know how he keeps the act up.
It's brilliant. He's got loads of dancers with him as well. So they all like dance and sing, and it's
Mm,
very entertaining.
yeah. I don't know. I just get this vibe from him. It's not like he just get like makes it okay for old men to dress up as clowns and let your kids hang around with him. Too many of these stories lately where it goes wrong. Like who would have thought Rolf Harris, really great with
Mm.
pets, nice bloke on TV, and then turns out he's a super nonce.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah. Good song. I mean, he's got a good voice. I mean, talking about Mr. Tumble here, not talking about Rolf.
Yeah, Rolf Harris. You tell what it is yet? No, so Harry watches a lot of shite on YouTube Kids. But the most recent one is Blippy. Have you ever watched it?
Oh, God,
Oh
yes.
God, it's so annoying. It's
Which
like
Blippy? The real Blippy or the one that kind of just like covers him when he's not
yeah,
around?
so there's two, isn't there? So I didn't. I only started. We only literally only started watching it like last week. Um, and then I was like, why is he
Welcome. Like
doing?
he's got a really squeaky voice.
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to Playground Ontario, California. It's just this weird
Yeah.
little fucking like
Yeah.
dance
Yeah.
into the entrance, and you just see this old bloke on a till, like for fuck's sake, trying to act normal and not laugh.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and he just grabs random toys and goes, "Wow, look at this! Whoa, what are we gonna do? Wow, it's so good. Can you
Yeah.
see it?" Oh, God.
Yeah.
And it's
Does
like
Harry like it?
he does the one in
Mm.
when he goes to like the play, soft play ones.
Yeah.
He's laughing his head off at that. Which is annoying because I'm like, ugh. But then you got to
Yeah.
remember it's for kids, not for adults. If it is for adults, he wouldn't be
Yeah.
acting like this.
Yeah. It's
Um,
that's mind numbing, Blippy.
yeah, and the other one is Miss Rachel. Oh my God.
Yeah. I've not yeah, I mean you told me about her and I Googled her. She's annoying.
Yeah, it's just the annoying thing about all of these, they're all American,
Mm.
proper American, and they're trying to. There's a lot of kids these days that actually have like slight American accents
Yeah.
because of these YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So that's my fear of Harry getting them. So that's why I try and play him some more English stuff. Like, I don't know if you watch Dougie. That's not an influencer thing.
Dougie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's literally just a cartoon on BBC. But
Yeah.
it's like 10-minute bang. And it's all English.
Yeah.
Um, so I find those better. But he doesn't like watching them. It's just annoying. You know, these people on the screen shouting things.
Yeah.
Really,
Loud and squeaky.
yeah, it's proper cringing out. Um, yeah, but it's just there's not enough good British ones, annoyingly, apart from Baby Mrs. Tumble. But he doesn't like that. So
Is he more into sort of like songs or like or Peppa
yeah.
Pig? Oh no, Peppa Pig's she's a dick as well.
No, he doesn't like that sort of stuff. He's more into like if someone's on the screen. So have you seen Simple Songs?
Yes.
You know,
I
there's
love
that
it.
American woman, the actual woman who sings sometimes. So you got all
Oh.
the like puppets and
Yeah, the
cartoon characters,
puppets.
but there's an actual woman on there sometimes.
Oh,
She's
okay.
called Katie.
Okay.
The Katie's, um, Katie's classroom.
Okay.
Um,
He
but
likes
she's
that.
yeah, but though she's
Okay.
catchy as fuck. Though. The songs she's just singing on a
Okay.
guitar, and I'm like, I find myself singing as well. Um,
Yeah, you're hooked. You're hooked.
yeah, but I guess these influencers are doing it for a good cause, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I can get on board with that because it's spreading positivity and joy and all that. Not
Yeah,
toxic shit like Logan Paul.
yeah. But then you give it 10 years, Harry will be watching bloody KSI and Logan Paul, and
Oh God.
it's the way
Yeah.
it's going.
Yeah. Other British ones. So I only knew about this because of my niece, because she's going to be 7. She watches all sorts of like stuff
Mm,
on YouTube. Ruby and Bonnie.
okay.
So they're 2 sisters. I don't know how old they are. They're fairly old. Fucking annoying. They're British. The way that they exaggerate, they always do like sort of loads of stuff. Like the mom plays like a grandma, and the 2 girls, they do all sorts of different scenarios sometimes. Like, they play school or pretend to be like mom and dad or whatever. It's just that really whiny voice. Like the older
Mm.
kid, I don't know whether she's called Ruby or whatever. She's always like, Barney, Barney. She's really fucking annoying. So it's like, shut the fuck up. But every time like my niece comes over, she wants to watch Ruby and Bonnie. I'm just like, fucking hell. It's
Yeah, it's
annoying, isn't
draining.
it? It's like in your
It's
ear.
draining. It's proper draining. We never used to have this shit when we were younger, though. Like if
No.
mum and dad put on the TV, it'd be like, oh, you have Only Fools and Horses on or something. Like that's what you're watching.
Yeah.
There's no option. It's like, yeah, we're watching
Yeah.
this. And you might get some
Or
cartoons
Robot
in the morning.
Wars.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah.
You get it. Thing is, the cartoons were on in the morning. There wasn't no
Mm.
dedicated channel like there was now, like the CBBC or CBBS. You
Yeah.
had like the morning bit,
Yeah.
cartoons, or maybe on like ITV1 or whatever.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, we never had Nickelodeon when I was younger. We never
Uh,
had like Sky or cable. We just kind of
right.
just had the basics. So we basically wake up in the morning, catch CBBC and ITV cartoons they
Yeah.
put on,
Yeah.
and then if it was a school day, you'd get home at like what 3:30, quarter to 4, and you'd
Yeah.
have CBBC on to about what 5,
Yeah.
and then like news round would finish straight to BBC Two. We got Simpsons, Fresh Prince,
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Yes.
and then it'd be like that'd be it. There wouldn't be
Yeah.
anything else to watch. You're kind of like, oh, I might watch EastEnders with your mum and dad, and
Oh,
then
my
Hobby
God.
City.
Yeah. The classics.
Yeah, but that was the run-in. There wasn't like all this on-demand shit that all kids have got now. We can
Yeah.
literally tune in, like, or you can just go on YouTube and just whack on whatever you want to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. True.
Um, I forget I can do all that stuff half the time. I'm like, oh, I didn't watch any of the football the weekend. I'm like, oh, literally
Yeah.
every goal was on YouTube, like after the game. So,
Yeah.
um,
It's just
but
so much. You can easily get stuff online now.
yeah, but it's almost too much. I can find myself on Netflix and things shit like that. I'm scrolling. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna stick on the news.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah. Um, Other YouTubers, I think, that are positive. I think a lot of stuff that we watch is around food, like food bloggers.
Mm,
Bloggers, sorry, not bloggers. Can't find it quite hard to say vloggers.
bloggers.
Um, did you don't watch much of it, do you? Like food bloggers.
Nah, not really.
I love it. Or competitive eating. Fucking love it.
Competitive
Just
eating.
yeah. Do you know Matt Stoney?
Nah.
So this guy can eat a lot and really fast, and he's super skinny. Um, all of them are Americans, and there's like Mark Wiens. He's like a food vlogger. He travels. That's what he's a full-time YouTuber, and he travels the world with his wife and his kid, just eating food. And they
Mm,
make a lot of money, obviously, because he's been doing it like loads and like for years and years. And there's other people. There's a lot of people that we watch on YouTube, and just watching them eat, really.
yeah. Well, that's good that you got like a niche though. Like you can just
Mm,
watch that sort of stuff and you're sorted.
yeah,
Um, that's the king of like influencers like Joe Wicks, isn't it?
yeah,
He's coined it in.
yeah. Since COVID.
Yeah, even before that, like, he had his book out. He's a definition
Mm,
of right place, right time.
yeah, true.
Um, I don't know. I watch a lot of space stuff on TikTok. There's a
Do
guy
you?
called,
Oh yeah, you
called
do. You said this.
yeah, this guy called Astro Kobe. He does he does like little really short snippets of just explaining shit like why the moon is the moon, for example, and like
Right.
the size of the sun compared to another galaxy sun. It's boring, nerdy shit, but like it's because it's in bite-sized chunks. It's really engaging and easy to
Yeah.
watch. I love shit
Yeah.
like that where it's quick. That's why TikTok's
Yeah.
quite good for stuff like that. More of the YouTube stuff, I don't really because YouTube's like programs, isn't it? Essentially,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, like I watch like there's this thing called Overlap where a guy called Gary Neville presents. He's an old footballer, and like
Mm.
it'll be like half an hour episodes interviewing a celebrity boxer or footballer or something like that. So I watch those. But that's more of a program to me. That's not like a
A
influencer per
snippet.
se. Yeah, I
Mm.
don't know. It's such a fine line. It's influencer shot, isn't it?
Yeah. I
It's
mean, a
just a
lot of the
made up
sort of
word.
the bog standard influence that we know is the ones that are on like Instagram, like portraying like the perfect life, the perfect sort of background, like mums being like the perfect sort of mum with their kid and like clean house.
Yeah, an influencer is basically like a maintained lifestyle to put like just not. Because if you're a proper celebrity, you don't show off your life. Your paparazzi follow you
Yeah,
around
yeah,
and take
yeah,
photos. Whereas an influencer is you're taking your photos of your own life.
yeah.
It's very self-indulgent, isn't it? That's what
It
it is.
is. Yeah, it takes a certain type of personality to be able to do that, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like. If you've seen the, I think there's another series of Love Island coming out soon, apparently.
Yeah, it's coming soon. I swear it just finished.
Yeah. Well, there's the winter one and then there's the summer one coming up. I don't know
Ah.
why they do two a year. It's a bit of a waste of time, to be honest.
Mm.
But yeah, they basically just all go on there for fame. Like they,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember one of the characters, called Chloe Burrows.
No.
Did you? Oh, she's proper loud. But she's got her own podcast now. Shock, everyone has a
Oh,
podcast.
of course.
Um, but she gets like quite a lot of the old guests on,
Right.
like the former Love Island stars, whatever.
Mm.
And she had one of the couples on from the last season. Do you watch the last season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with what are they called? It's the two in the who won it? I can't remember who won it.
The teacher.
Oh yeah,
Forgot his name.
is the she had the one on who's the footballer and um his missus who came in a bit later.
Um, I forgot the names, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and they were on, and they basically said, "Oh, why did you go into Love Island?" To the girl, she's like, "Oh, I basically just wanted to boost my following, and I didn't expect to find someone."
Mm.
But then they broke up like a week after that podcast.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
They all do.
yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? And they all have management. They've all got people representing them, so they'd be stupid not to. Why else would you go on Love Island?
Yeah.
It's gonna look so
Would
different
Would you
anyway.
ever want Harry? If Harry got approached, oh, you're gonna go on Love Island, would you encourage him to, or be like, nah, don't go on it?
Depends what he was doing. If he actually had
Mm.
like a decent career and places to go and whatever.
Mm.
If he's going nowhere, why not? But I'd make him delete everything though, like all his accounts. I don't know if you saw today, one of the contestants going in, someone's trolled through all his tweets and found like
Oh,
all racist shit, homophobic stuff. So it's like he's out before he's even got in.
yeah.
It's like, well,
Always clean, clean.
yes, just delete everything, man. Delete your WhatsApp, everything.
God, yeah. I would never ever let my girls go on a show like that.
Would you
No
not?
way. No, no way.
Can you imagine Mila strutting in when she's like 18? Hi, Mila, I'm 18 from Croydon. I'm here for a
No,
great time, not a long time.
nah, man. Like the worst thing is like Casa Amor. We all know they shag,
Oh
and
yeah.
they publicize it. It's like,
Well, they used to show it properly, didn't they, back in the early
mm,
series, and now they
yeah,
kind of stopped. It's this whole mental health thing. Um,
it's ridiculous. Like I would
yeah,
not
it's
want my
really bad.
daughter on live TV shagging.
Yeah, it's not a great look, is it?
No,
You
maybe
just
for
wouldn't watch
guys
it.
it's fine, but for girls,
Uh,
nah.
I still feel a bit weird, Harry, watching that. Come on, that's weird.
That is, yeah, yeah.
But then your parents go in, don't they, halfway through? They're like,
They
"Oh,
do.
we're so proud of you." Are you?
Yeah. It's- Yeah.
It's odd. Yeah, it's an odd culture we live in.
Yeah, it is. But also makes me think that we watch very different things. You watch space, we watch food.
Yeah, but there's always like the one thing you do watch. Like, it's always a common ground, I guess. I do
Kid
watch food
stuff.
stuff. I used to watch a lot of food stuff.
Mm.
Like the quick sort of throw in something together in like 60 seconds.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like
You need short content.
yeah, yeah. My attention span isn't great.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm surprised you've lasted this long on the podcast.
yeah, yeah. I keep zoning out, but I'm switching back in.
Yeah, I've noticed that last week we were chatting about men versus women. There are a few instances where you look like you zoned out.
Yeah, yeah, that's just me being a man, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
mm.
The other part to this episode is to talk about reviews, leaving bad reviews, good reviews. Have you ever written a review online?
So I wrote. We got kicked out of a pub once
Okay.
for no reason, obviously.
Okay.
And I was really annoyed at the pub, so I wrote him a review straight away in Google.
Have you
Uh,
got it? Have you?
no, so I was really pissed when I wrote it, as in
Okay.
and annoyed.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, they kicked us out for no reason. Blah, blah, blah. Gave them 1 star on Google, and then
Yeah.
they sort of replied saying, basically what the issue was, my cousin used a disabled toilet down. But basically, the main toilet was quite far away, so he
Mm.
just used the disabled toilet, which was literally opposite him, and
Right.
he didn't realise it was out of order.
Okay.
Um, so he locked the door, using it, and then this random barman just come out of nowhere, like booting the door, like get out, boo! Like, what the hell? Like, he's just using the toilet, so it's out of
Jesus.
order. Oh, we didn't know that. There's no sign or
Yeah.
anything. So he's come out, and then she's called, right, bouncers over here. She called all the bouncers, all kickers all out. We're like, what the fuck? It's gone from, again, trouble finds us. Zero,
Yeah.
0 to 100. We're like, why are we getting kicked out? Why? Because he used a disabled toilet we didn't know was out of order. Not yeah. Oh, fucking hell. But we just like sort of refused to move, and we were just like, right, well, this is a stupid reason.
Right.
But then that's why I was so annoyed because I just got home like, oh, she kicked us out for absolutely no reason. And they replied, and they were like, yeah, it was out of order. And I deleted the review because I didn't realize you could see my entire name because when you do a Google review, it uses your Gmail.
Yeah.
So it's like Robert Simmons, Croydon. Oh, God, I don't want people to know that I've given Jolly Farmers a 1 star review. Um, so I delete. That's my only. I think that's one of the only reviews I've ever written. To be honest,
Oh God.
I just ain't got the time for it. Or
Have
the
you ever
passion.
left? I can't imagine you would leave a good review because you just can't be asked.
I think if someone asked for it, a lot of when you go on holiday, a lot of restaurants basically survive on TripAdvisor reviews.
Yeah.
So they ask you to put in like, would you mind doing a nice review? So
Yeah.
we'll do it for them.
Yeah.
Because if it's all right, why not? Um, do you leave reviews down?
Now they talk about TripAdvisor. I'm just opening up my app.
Oh, you got like
It's
1,000 reviews.
Nah, I don't think I have, but I definitely have left reviews. What have I got? I've left 12 reviews in total.
All right, all good.
Yeah, do not. I haven't. I'm not a dick about it. Like if it's good, then I'll praise it.
Mm,
It's all about food, really. Most of it was when we were in Tenerife or Thailand.
mm,
There's one here. It was in Tenerife. We went to an Indian restaurant, and I gave it 2 stars. Titled "Decent Food, Super Slow Service." Oh, I don't remember. I wrote this. Came here with my husband for dinner and sat outside. Be mindful that if you sit outside in Tenerife, expect there to be smokers. We ordered. Oh my god, I'm such a dick. We ordered 2 stars, meat and veg samosas, one main each, mixed veg jalfrezi and lamb biryani, naan bread, and a side dish, saag paneer.
fuck me. Ridiculous.
What about the details, isn't it?
Yeah,
Waited over an hour for food. Okay, that's fucking long. Waited over an hour.
that
This
is
was when
long.
Mila was a little baby. I remember this now. Waited over an hour for food. So the waiter gave us complimentary poppadoms. Nice touch. One couple ended up leaving as they waited for an hour and a half and got fed up. The food was good, but a shame that we had to wait that long. When we asked for the bill, it took ages, and we saw our waiter walk out to have a fag break. So my husband followed him and chased him for the bill. Poor service.
You must
I
have been
mean, I
pretty.
feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, you're clearly pretty rattled by that restaurant, so it
I mean,
had to
yeah,
be
I
done.
think it was fine. It probably wouldn't be fine either if we didn't have a baby, but Mila was kicking off at the time. So we're
Yeah,
just like, well, fucking hell, come on. An hour for your food? Really?
yeah, that is a long time.
They did respond, but the problem is they responded in Spanish. So I don't know. I couldn't be asked to translate it, but they just said the only thing I could read is "thank you for your feedback," and then everything else I couldn't be asked to translate.
That's probably just swearing at you.
Probably. It's like, okay, tourists, eh? Fucking tourists.
Yeah. We were busy at the time,
Yeah.
short-staffed.
I mean, it's just yeah. It's always I think it's always food related issues that rattles us. We went to Hong Kong. Mum and sister were in the room next to me and Lara, and the room was fine. Everything was fine, right? Except for the toilets. Like every time my sister and mum would do like a shit or whatever, bits of the sewage would come into my toilet.
Ugh.
It's rank, isn't it?
Yeah,
Proper
that's
rank.
disgusting.
So I left a review on that, but they didn't bother to come back to me on that. So didn't get any free shit.
Literally, you got some free shit.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Have you ever got any comp out of a complaint or?
um, yeah, we went. Well, not a conversation per se. We went to Greece. We went to Santorini once, like a couple's holiday. Me and my mate,
Yeah.
his missus and Cheech, and we were staying in like a complex of villas.
Right.
There were like varying degrees of to how big these villas were. And our one was a pretty reasonable size. It's basically more of a house really. It's like
Yeah.
2 bedrooms, living area,
Mm,
bathroom, whatever, and then like a little swimming pool, which is probably
mm,
like 2 lengths of me. So
mm,
not huge, but like big enough to sort of cool down when it's like 30 odd degrees.
mm.
And in our bedroom there was like, on holiday there always ants nests everywhere.
Yeah.
And, like, but it was I'm talking like it's pretty much outdoors, so there's gonna be a few ants about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was
Yeah.
like maybe 5 ants scattered in the bedroom, just in
Yeah.
this little hole. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a bit inconvenient, but like,
Yeah.
whatever. Innit? She's like, no, I'm gonna say something. That's gross because she hates shit like that. So that's gross. I'm gonna go
Mm.
complain. Then they upgraded us to the fucking massive villa thing with like a pool that I'm not even joking was like, felt like a 25-meter pool. It's massive, like
Wow.
big villa thing. We're like, oh shit. So complaining actually paid off.
Oh
And we just had
wow.
this massive place to ourselves. Where there's like 4 bedrooms, even though there's only like two
Wow.
couples. So that's one of those times it's actually paid off.
Mm.
And that's why I think it's maybe better to complain at the time than after.
Mm.
Without leaving in a review, it's kind of
True.
like, what's the point? You've just gone now.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. That's
Whereas if you
true.
say at the time, you're more likely to get something.
Yeah.
I guess. Um, yeah, that's a good example of where that's happened.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I think. Oh yeah, like an example of a restaurant. We went to Din Tai Fung.
Yeah.
We went to one in Covent Garden, I think it
Mm.
was, or so. I don't remember who it was, but like there was a tiny hair in one of our food. It could have been mine, or it's probably mine to be fair.
Okay.
But like she was like, I'll just leave it. Fuck it. I'll still eat it. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, no, let's complain. Let's complain. And like all they did was they gave us another one and took like the value off the bill.
All right.
Like Chinese being Chinese, they're not going to give you like a decent wedge off. They're just going to
No.
like,
No.
I guess that's the time of it kind of happening.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck it, just leave it. But I think that's a mentality thing, isn't it? I'll just be like, fine, doesn't matter. It's a few ants.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of hair.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about this before, but yeah, if it's a piece of
Yeah,
hair, then you never know whether it's your hair or someone else's hair. Either way, it's quite rank.
yeah, it's not ideal. But yeah, but I think I guess the moral of that sort of story is just complain at the time.
Yeah, that's
Don't
true.
dilly dally.
That's true. That reminds us when we went to Thailand for our honeymoon. It was went to Koh Samui, one of the islands.
Mm,
A beautiful place, and we went to this hotel called Tropical Park. Was it Tropical Park? No, that was in Tenerife. Whatever. Anyways, the name of it was I forgot, but it was really nice. But when we looked at the pictures and when we arrived, it didn't match. We were
mm,
just like what the fuck? Like it
yeah,
was a bit like run down, and you could tell everything was a little bit just old, and shower didn't really work. It was just it kept like leaking and shit. So the next day we didn't complain. We just mentioned it to the managers. Like, by the way, it doesn't match what we were promised. Like, this is what we booked. This is what we've got. And then they realized they were like, yeah, okay, yeah, we cocked up there. So they took us around. They gave us sort of like a tour of different rooms that we could like go into. So
yeah,
which was quite a nice touch. We're like, okay, cool. It just felt like a house viewing. That we're just viewing like villa to villa, and we ended up just getting like a really nice one. So you're right. I think at the time when you complain,
yeah,
it makes sense.
yeah. It definitely makes a massive difference, doesn't it? Um, to India,
Yeah.
we went down to Goa and we got to this hotel. And in the pictures, it looked great, like probably similar to what you had. Like the pool looks great, room looks pretty spacious. And we got there and it's like, what the fuck's this?
Yeah.
It's really shit.
Yeah.
And like even the check-in was really difficult. Like the guy didn't really know what he was doing. We had to give him
Mm.
our passports. I'm like, ugh. not really filling me with confidence looking after our passports.
Yeah.
And we were just sort of lying there. We were like, fuck it, let's go. We literally just left. We had like
Oh,
2 nights left. We just booked another hotel. Right,
yeah.
let's just go.
Mm,
I think at some point it's just got to cut your losses, isn't it?
yeah.
Like,
True.
even complaining won't salvage this. It's
No.
just,
Yeah.
call it a day.
Could end up worse.
Yeah, exactly. You're just not going. If you're not going to enjoy it in that first sort of 10 minutes, because there's some hotels and stuff you walk into, you're like, oh wow,
Yeah.
like, this is sick. This is so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Um, and then it's like you just know it's not
Yeah.
gonna be good. Even if somewhere to sleep, it's just not great.
Yeah. Good advice as well, especially in like Goa.
Yeah, yeah, it's a proper weird place. That it's good if you go to the right bit. The
Yeah.
bit we went
Yeah.
to start with is just not the right one.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, well, now that we're talking about more sort of comments and like complaints, I was looking on my Twitter. 'Cause I use Twitter mostly to complain about shit, whether it's
mm,
like train delays or something
oh
wrong with
yeah,
our food order. It's
mm,
always related to food. But this particular one, I was like looking at myself on my Twitter. Was like, do you know if like Serenata Flowers, like the flower shop online?
not heard of them. No.
So yeah, this was like a few years ago. I basically I ordered flowers for my mom for like Mother's Day, and then it, it was really shit. The flowers, it was meant to be like a massive bouquet, ended up just getting like a few sort of just a bit of roses, and some of them were like dead, just like floppy. So I
Yeah,
took a photo and I just went, okay, this is meant to be Mother's Day, and look at the. I took a photo, send it to them. I was just like, this is not what I ordered. Like, this is what should be. The bouquet should be nice and puffy and stuff, but you've given me fucking like 5 roses, and I paid a shitload of money for it. And
yeah.
then I complained, and then they didn't get back to me, and then I was hounding them on Twitter. I'm
Mm,
like, any update? What's going on? Any update? I was being a right asshole about it because I'm like, I wasted a lot of money on it.
yeah,
And then eventually, they didn't say anything else. They're just like, hi, Jenny, we can confirm we have refunded the money to the card used to place the order. And then they're like, please accept our sincere apologies. And I was just like, well, you've waited like a week and it was Mother's Day is over.
yeah.
It's kind of like, well,
Moment's gone now.
yeah, moment's completely gone. It's just annoying.
Yeah, they're shit those flower deliveries. I find
Mm,
like some people send us flowers from like
yeah.
Bloom and Wild and that. And they're all just really leafy and just
Yeah.
it's like they haven't. It's like they've just gone to someone's garden and just whacked them out.
Yeah.
I better off just going to Tesco and getting some of their flowers.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're right.
But no, Twitter is good for complaining.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
brilliant.
the train thing is definitely what I used to do a lot.
Mm,
Just tweet at someone, "Where's my fucking train?"
yeah.
But then they
Yeah.
come back with some really wanky response like, "Can you please tell us the time it leaves, which station it's from, and where's it going?" I don't have time for this, even though I'm stood
Yeah.
at the
It's,
platform.
yeah. You just want to vent. You don't want to give details.
Yeah, I love looking at their comments now. As soon as they tweet something like, "Oh, uh, we're experiencing delays because of a broken down train," I just go straight to the comments because I see people absolutely raging.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's just the person who's like the admin having to reply to every single one. Oh, that's the worst job, man.
It is the worst job. But it's all you could either like take it like in a jokey sort of way. It's a fine line, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, you kind of got to take it tongue in cheek, otherwise you just go mad.
Yeah. I can imagine that person doing the admin, which is literally copy paste to every single comment.
Yeah, yeah, but they just sign it off like their first letter of their first name. It'd be like,
Yeah. Ah. Yeah.
thanks,
Yeah. Yeah.
H.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't give their full name away. Not
God.
that you know anyway.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's not a great job, but someone's got to do it, haven't they?
Someone's got to do it, man. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like we're quite calm when it comes to sort of reviews and stuff. Unless it really rattles us and really pisses us off, then. But otherwise, I feel like we're quite happy
Yeah,
customers.
yeah, and we're not really. I'm not really one of these people where if I love something so much, I'll give them a good review.
Yeah.
I just kind of like, well, you know, you're good. You don't need me to tell you, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not like that. Like, there's a Thai restaurant I think I told you in Caterham.
Mm,
Love it.
yeah,
I had to just give it a good review.
yeah,
Just felt the need, just to be nice about it.
yeah. No, that's fair enough. I'll get some reviews are a bit misleading though, like even just little shit. Like at the moment, I'm trying to open like a new savings account, random,
Okay.
but the reviews for this bank are so mixed. something like, oh, great service, really easy to use the app. So it's like it's purely app based, which I
Okay.
think is where people are getting. The people who hate it, obviously old people who don't know how to use apps.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, worst app ever. Can't use it. Can't withdraw
Yeah.
my money. 1 star. Then you got a 5 star. Love it. Great app. And I've gone on it. I'm like, this is actually really easy to use.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, it's just it's like on Amazon as well. And you buy something and you just go straight to reviews to see whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like 4.25 star, 4 and 3/4 stars out of 5. And then you go to that one review that says it's bad. You're like,
Yeah.
I know now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
even though there's
Yeah.
like 5 good comments for every one bad comment.
Yeah.
Um,
You just want it all to be positive and all 5 stars. You're like, yeah, I'll buy it.
yeah, yeah. The best thing to do is word of mouth in it. Like if someone you know has that thing,
Yeah.
or they've been to a certain place, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, it's good. But then it's bad if it's shit. It's like the
Yeah.
pressure's on
True.
you, or
Yeah.
pressure's on them. But
Yeah. That's true.
but I guess it's just experience something for yourself, then you'll find
Yep.
out.
Yep. That's
Cool.
it.
Yeah. Well, that was actually quite interesting. Um, if you guys watch any influencers or have any like
Influences.
yeah or go-tos that you watch on your socials, let us know and we'll check them out. Or any annoying kids ones that your kids are just tuned into. You probably will
Yeah.
watch the same ones to be honest. There's not
Mm,
much variety really.
mm.
Um, but yeah, let's go back to this. Then we can find some more reviews. If you have a less bad review, just let us know and read out some funny ones. But
Mhm.
yeah, so next week we're going to be looking at sort of dating weird sex stories, but not our ones, obviously. It's
No,
going to
no, no,
be
no, absolutely not. Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be stuff we found online, basically from Mum's Net and things like that. And then different sort of confessions.
Mhm.
Um, cool. But yeah, we'll be back next week. That is going to be episode number 8. We'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.